What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam, and today we have a vlog. You guys asked me in the last video, thank you, by the way, for the incredible comments. I asked you guys for your suggestions on what you wanted to see on my channel, sir. What you wanted to see on my channel, and just out of plant tube in general. I asked you guys about your viewing habits, around plant content, and just kind of wanted to roll that around in my head while I decided what I wanted to do. And we kind of all came to the same direction. So today's been a weird stormy day. It's gone between being cold and hot and humid, and it's just weird weather-wise. So I'm not outside today because the mosquitoes, frankly, in my yard are going just bonkers right now. I don't know if it's like we all need to breed before we die, or they're all just very hungry for my blood, but either way, me, a person who's very rarely bitten by mosquitoes to begin with, I'm being assaulted every time I go outside. So doing a lot more indoor things this week. So anyway, my spirit, my mind, my body, all ready for fall. Usually I am the person who doesn't want to see summer go, but this year, thanks to gardening, really gardening has given me such an appreciation for the 4 seasons. I'm so tired that I stopped watering my garden. I don't need to because of all the storms, but if I did need to, I wouldn't be doing it. At this point, I am exhausted. I went to try to order some seeds the other day because I know they're going to sell out early this year and I wanted to get a jump on things, but a lot of stuff's still not restocked, obviously, because of the nature of saving seeds. You need to wait till the end of the season, save the seeds, do all the stuff with them, and then put them in the packages. So usually the seed restocks don't even start till January, but I had a plan to try and just find some of the more popular things that I know I want to grow next year. And I did place like 1 order, which I will show you guys, but beyond that, I didn't even want to look at seeds. So you know that I've had a gardening speed run this year and I am wiped out. So I'm definitely ready for the fall. I'm ready to clean all of my plants. I want to put hands on everything in this house at some point. I have been, as I've been working through the pest issue, been going room by room and trying to clean plants that way. But sort of like a spring cleaning, except in the fall and for plants. So a fall cleaning, whatever. So that's what the plan is. We're going to start working on getting everything tucked away and ready for fall, and you guys are going to be seeing a lot of that on the vlogs coming up. I'm going to try and incorporate lots of stuff into these vlogs, from plant care to plant information, as well as a little day-to-day, maybe a little meal, a little adventure that will go on, a little of my endless musings on life and how infinitely awful it can be. That's probably not what I should. Okay, ignore the last part. So, long-winded vlog intro later. Let's just, let's get some stuff done. Let's do some plant chores. You may see outfit changes. I don't know how many days this vlog is going to take me to film, so it might be a day, it might be a week, it could be a month. Who the fuck knows? That's how I roll. Okay, let's go. So I want to show you guys what I picked up from my seed order. Well, that camera framing isn't going to work. That better? Sort of. Okay, this is my bed. I don't have a couch. All right, let's move on from that. This is old school YouTube. We film in our bedroom. Here are some seeds that I picked up. Now, I placed an order at Uprising Seeds, and they're a seed company that's based out of Washington. I like their company. I like the stuff they have, and I grew quite a bit of their stuff very successfully here. So, I think we're in at least similar enough of a climate that I can shop there pretty securely. So I will have to pop some pictures on the screen. I'm going to use whatever's on Uprising Seeds' website. First up, we have a Nigella, and this one is the Exotica variety, and it is a passion flower-like purple blooms that make an irresistible and long-lasting cut flower. Very exciting. So there's a little thingy, putting those up for you in case you want to screenshot anything. And then the next one we have is a foxglove, and this is the Apricot Beauty. I am very obsessed with these peachy apricot colored flowers, and I realized as everything was growing this year, I'm like, okay, you're gonna need to find some complementary colors because it's just like a peach ocean out there. Here is the Salmon Queen Scabiosa. And a lot of these seeds that I bought with the intention of fall planting them, and I don't know if that's gonna work out. I'm a little mad at myself for not getting that done already. Basically, I should already have had these seeds in the ground for, you know, maybe like 2 weeks ideally, so that they would form small plants that will then overwinter. These are what's called cool flowers or cool season annuals. And basically that enables you to have flowers really early the following year. So I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the approach that I did last year, and I'm going to go out into a low tunnel in February in the cold, and I'm going to plant my transplants out early and, you know, see if that works out again, because it did work out the year I did it. So right here I have a Shirley poppy, and this is called Pandora. So if you follow me on Instagram this year, you will have seen the Amazing Gray Shirley poppy, which I also purchased. I got some extra of that too, because they were really beautiful this year. So if you are looking for those gray poppies, Uprising Seeds had them, at least last I checked. And then this is a Cosmos, and this is Xenia? I'm not really sure how to say words that start with X, but this is a distinctive iridescent salmon shimmer over dusty pink to deep raspberry 2-inch blooms. Magic! I'm reading off the thing, by the way. That's not obvious. And then I've got this, I like the name of this, it's fun to say, Pop Socks Pink. So I've got a Pop Socks Pink Cosmos. I love Cosmos, so I got quite a few of those going. This is the Bordeaux Barlow Columbine. I had a lot of luck with my columbines this year. Now, columbines are biannual, so I'm going to plant this fall. I'll probably put them in the winter sowing milk jugs. That's been a system that's worked out pretty well for me. If you don't know what that is, I will put a linky eyeball thing up here for you, because I have a few videos about them. And so that system's worked really good for me. Basically next spring I'm gonna be really mad at myself for giving up at this point in the year, but I have to let myself off the hook because I'm understandably exhausted. And this right here is Coral Fountains Amaranth. I have this idea that next year that I want to do for both privacy and because beautiful. I would like to do like a wall of amaranth and maybe some sunflowers and corn like mixed in there, but probably I'll just do like the amaranth and maybe some sunflowers. I don't know. I just said the same thing twice. So basically I want to do like a really tall wall of amaranth that just basically blocks all of the passerbyers from seeing everything I do. I try to never complain about my yard because it is, I mean, as far as rentals go, as far as rentals in my city go, having that yard, that space, that garden, the ability to use it, and landlords that are cool about it is basically unheard of. So I'm not complaining, but it would be nice if I could like bend over in shorts in my garden without feeling like I have to constantly look behind me to make sure the neighbors aren't sitting on their porch watching me. You know what I mean? Like, no offense to my neighbors, but I want to wear booty shorts because it's hot and I don't want you looking at me. Okay. Okay, so this is my extra poppies. So this is the Lincoln Leek. So we have exited the flowers for just a moment here. And this one I grabbed just because my seeds were very old. When I ordered them last year, they were already 2 years old, which pisses me off. I will never order from that seed company again because of that. So this is the Sugar Rush Peach Hot Pepper. So I'm growing some of these now. Unfortunately, disease got quite a few of them. So when I grow this next year, I'm going to try and grow it in the greenhouse to see if maybe keeping it out of the rain will prevent those fungal spots from taking the plant over so quickly. It's because they are really tasty. They're spicy as fuck when you get the seeds in your mouth, but they're good. So right here is a Touchstone Gold Beet. Pretty sure somebody sent me a few of these in a seed swap and I planted them and they were delicious. So I went and bought another packet of those. And same with this. These were really beautiful, so I got an extra packet of these. This is the Apricot Peach Straw Flower. Here is a Prairie Sun Rudbeckia. And one more columbine here. This is called the Black Barlow. I really liked my columbine blooms this year, but I wasn't crazy about the colors. They were just very like hot pink and purple, which is probably like my least favorite color combination. Obviously it's very pretty in flowers, and I do grow both pink and purple flowers, but yeah, I don't know. They don't do much for me. I'm kind of a warm color person most of the time. So. Which is annoying because I have cool undertones, you know? So like everything basically just looks bad on me that I like to wear. It's fine. Because I don't exist to look pretty. Okay, so that is my Uprising Seeds order. And here is their information right here to save me some text on the screen later. UprisingOrganics.com. Now let's get some other stuff done. I want to show you guys. It's gonna be a little hard to see with my stupid camera. That right there is who I've been affectionately referring to as Boop number 2. That is one Monarch butterfly caterpillar, and up there in his or her chrysalis is Boop number 1. So I have never raised monarchs before. As you can see, I've got this little enclosure thing. I just picked this up on Amazon. Don't come for me. I don't know where the fuck to get these otherwise. And it was like $6 or something. Just like a little pop-up laundry thing that I've been keeping right there. And I've just been raising these couple of monarchs. So if you've never really looked into raising monarchs, you know, by hand, indoors, out of the wild, whatever, basically, basically there's a little bit of contention over whether that's a great way to combat their declining numbers. Like, they've done some research and they're not sure if, you know, circumventing natural selection is the best way to handle the ongoing disappearance of the monarch butterfly. But they did say, even on the skeptical of whether it's helpful side, which I'm not sure I agree with. I mean, I'm not sure I disagree either. I haven't made my decision yet. People are smarter than me, you know, on this stuff. So I have no fucking opinion. So I don't want to cause any harm, but I also wanted to try it. And they all sort of agreed that raising a few, you know, for educational purposes or whatever every year is fine. You're not going to hurt anything by raising a couple butterflies. So I decided to do that. This is a bad angle. This is a bad shot. We're going to go with it. So Boop number 2, I can't remember offhand how old he or she is, but I'm pretty sure that they're on their last, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. Instar. Well, basically they shed their skin off, basically like they're taking off little pants, and he's on his last pants removal, basically, unscientifically. So I expect that within a few days or so, he'll probably end up climbing the enclosure, and what they do is they hang in a J shape, you know, like this, and they sort of contract like that, and I don't know what's happening there, but basically they juice themselves into going into a chrysalis. So I'm definitely hoping that, you know, he gets it done soon, because I'm a little tired of hunting for milkweed leaves that aren't totally disgusting at this point. I'm really excited for this little guy to climb up the wall and do his thing or her thing, and then become a butterfly that I can release and feel like a magical princess in my own fairy tale, which is the entire purpose of me getting out of bed every day. So here is a quick and dirty before of my plant room slash pet room. So over here, where we won't show you, is the rabbit box and the litter boxes for the cats and just general mess. But the bunny will be departing with my daughter as she flies the nest to live with her friend. And I will have this place in this room here to myself for filming and for my plants and stuff. So I plan to make this quite the functional little space. So first, before I can do any of that, I obviously need to organize. I mean, stuff is all sort of clustered together by what it is, but I mean, it's far from clean, it's far from organized, and I need to figure out how to make this space a little bit more functional and get that done well ahead of the growing season when I have to start seeds for the garden next year. So figured I would take you guys along on this process here as I go through this room. All these plants need to be cleaned and just babied and fertilized because they're all a little, some of them are doing fine, but some of them are pretty sad. So we're gonna work on that. But I thought I'd give you guys a quick before, and then eventually we'll make it to me being able to give you a tour of my awesome new plant space and studio. And we're going to endure some bad grow light lighting just so I can give you guys a quick thrips update. I have put up some sticky traps. Usually you want blue with the thrips, but yellow works too, I guess. And I'm just keeping those up because they're good to have for fungus gnats and all of that. It's also fruit fly season, so I've also got these guys over here, you know, putting in work, earning their keep. So I'm not going to go through every single little thing, but I do want to give you a few updates since I started treating for the thrips. I'm not good at this stuff, especially the consistency factor, but I have been pretty steadily using my lint roller over here to kind of roll off these bigger, broader leaves whenever I see any thrip larvae. And that's been at least keeping the population to a manageable degree in this area at least. But you can see that my big monstera is putting out new leaves and it's really coming back. It's handling well. And the good part about, I mean, this is basically, I feel like, the plant that they like the best. So I'm kind of glad that it's a plant that's so easy to clean. Not really shower-wise because of its size, but I can, you know, there's not a lot of leaves to handle. So we got another one coming out there, which is great because I was a little worried that, you know, I'd lose all my monsteras in the same shitty year. Down here, it was looking a little rough. I did clean it not too long ago, so you can see it's slowly bouncing back. So I might have saved it at this point, but this one too, this one's also, the leaves are so thin. This could also be underwatering as well, but that one's looking a little raggedy, so I need to do some TLC with that one. Now this guy, my Philodendron atabapoense, or atabapoense, I'm not really sure what the right way to say that is, but it's doing pretty well. It's starting to bounce back. This is another one. Focus. You can see some growth coming in there. So it's doing all right. It's bouncing back slowly, and this is another one that's got a few leaves, so it's fairly easy to stay on top of it. See, they really did a number on my Anthurium pedata radiatum. It's pretty raggedy looking. It's a pedata raggedy ass right now. I moved this guy out here knowing full well that I would have to remove thrips from it, even though it was in a room without thrips, but this is another plant that's pretty easy to get my hands on, so I wasn't too worried. And once again, just a few leaves, so it's easy to stay on top of, and it seems like it's been doing fine. It's actually handled quite well. This is an easier calathea, in my opinion, to keep alive. My Philodendron Pink Princess from Pammy over at Pammy's Planty Things. She is doing pretty well. This is another one I'm able to sort of keep on top of. Those are little flecks of variegation. Those aren't thrips. And you can see like we're still getting these, you know, deformed upper leaves from the thrip infestation, not infection. It feels like an infection. I wish there was a vaccine. What a leaf though, huh? Oh, it's coming in nice. So this one's hanging in there. It's doing okay. This plant has been flourishing quite well. I think this is a pearls and jade. It does seem to have some kind of issue on these lower leaves, so I'm going to get rid of those and spray the plant with an antifungal just in case, even though that looks suspiciously bacterial, but it also looks like it could have been either pest damage or light burn or something else, so we'll see. This guy is steadily reverting, so I've got to come in here with the scissors and basically take off all the new growth again. I sort of let this one get out of control. You can see it did used to be quite variegated. There's actually one, because this is a few, you can see like a few branches of plant, and there is one that is substantially more variegated than the others, so I may just clip that off and try to plant that one. It's the one that this leaf is attached to, and see how that goes. This is kind of a bummer. I did know that this was, not stable variegation plant, but it was pretty inexpensive when I got it, so I wasn't too pressed about it. Not sure what happened here. Okay. This guy's the Philodendron Bloody Mary. This one's been having a little bit of a hard time bouncing back, but you can see it's starting to come in nice. Leaves are coming in nice. This begonia also really took a beating, which is a shame because this is my favorite. So I think what I'm going to do with my begonias especially is get them into some kind of cabinet and just let them reflourish, because I feel like they do come back with some TLC pretty well, so that's the plan for those. I've been like clipping back the vines on a lot of my trailing plants, trying to just regrow those instead of having to deal with eggs and new leaves and stuff. So here's some exciting news. This is the new leaf on my Monstera albo, and this is from Rachel over at Heart Shaped Leaves. She sent this to me, and you could see, it had leaves all coming up here, and I mean, they just got destroyed by first of all him, and second of all thrips. So it's really nice to see this come out and look so beautiful, and I did treat this one with systemic, and I think I actually got the ratio right in this plant because it seems to be the only one that the systemic worked in. However, all of this brown showed up after I used the systemic. And obviously, this breaks my heart. Obviously, correlation, not causation in this case. I don't know, it might not have been the systemic, but all I can tell you is it showed up after I used it. This Philodendron Brazil was absolutely thrip ravaged, and I just cut all of the vines off. And you can see, where I cut them right here, and then the new growth is just coming right out. This reflushed out like this in about a month's time, like maybe less than a month. So, if you're feeling discouraged with any of your vining plants, I definitely recommend just counting your losses, cutting them back, and letting them regrow, because it's kind of like a speed run to get rid of pests a lot of the times. And then I am trying to propagate one of these. Again, I have done it before successfully, so it's not too hard, but sometimes they don't take. So I'm trying to propagate this, as this did get thrips in the other room as well. And I want to make sure that I have a smaller, more easy to control plant, just in case the thrips take out my mother plant. My Philodendron lupinum, you can see the thrips finally got to it. I had to take the glass that I had off of this for like a few days because it wouldn't fit anymore. It was getting too tall, and I didn't have any bags, and I just could not figure out what to do with it. Unfortunately that was long enough for the thrips to get on the plant, but I did treat it immediately and swiftly, and now it's growing more leaves, and I haven't seen any more activity on this plant, so I think it'll be okay, especially now that I have her bagged up. But this is another one that's got to get into some kind of controlled environment, because it's just, I'm really tired of battling the changing environment in just open space apartments, so I think it'll be a lot easier on me if I can get some cabinets or something like that to take care of my plants. Oh, Hoyas. So a lot of things are hanging in there, bouncing back slowly. The begonias, like I said, just utterly ravaged by my neglect as well as thrips. So these all have to get into bags or something and try to get them to grow back, because I don't want to lose them. I'll be very sad. I've already lost a few. There is my jewel orchid living its best life in there, safe from the thrips and in lots of humidity. And there's my Monstera Peru slowly dying back there. The thrips got the cutting that Becca gave me that I was so proud of reviving. Oop, that needs water. Oh God. Oh gosh, guys. Real life here, real life planting. All right, guys, so there's, there's other plants in here I could show you, but that's a good rundown of where we're at this present moment. I need to reassess a lot of these plants and move things around and get my humidifiers going again because winter is coming, my friends. Winter is coming, and I can only imagine that as the thrips die back and their season ends, the spider mites will move in and continue to make my life just a little bit harder. Here's Boop 2, just finishing off a leaf there. It's a very hungry caterpillar indeed. So now I need to go trudge out into the rain, fetch him another leaf, because he's just taking his dear sweet time moving on to the next chapter of life. So I thought I'd show you something I did this week. This little guy right here, forgetting the new name as always, so I will put it on the screen for you. But this thing was in the cookie jar that my queen anthurium is in now, and it was definitely outgrowing it, and it wasn't getting quite enough space to crawl and light. So you can see I just popped the pot like right in here into this little makeshift terrarium, and I did the same thing with my grandmother's Christmas cactus that had died back, and I was trying to flush out. And you can see there's a little Pilea peppermioides that's coming back from the dead right there. And of course, more of my Hoya curtisii that is just happy to grow wherever. There's also a Hoya lacunosa over there in the corner. So this is just a cheap 10-gallon aquarium that I've had for a while, but because I didn't have a real cover for it, and they're so expensive, for now I just use cling wrap on the top and set it in a north window. It's like a northeast window. And you can see it's keeping a lot of humidity, so it's actually making everything in there really happy. So that makes me really happy. And this is basically the plan for all of my plant rehabbing, is just getting them into some smaller controlled environments so that they can come back to their former glory. Even this begonia that, it's not doing the worst, is not doing great. You can see it's getting really leggy, it's getting really sparse, and it was a very, very full and rounded plant before, so it's actually getting a little cool over here for this plant, I think. And even my magical little calathea here that was looking real fire a couple weeks ago is starting to look pretty bad, so that tells me everything could use a soil refresh maybe, and just a little TLC. Heartfern still doing okay. So yeah, if you're struggling with plants, I really can't recommend getting them inside glass or some kind of controlled environment enough, because if you think about it, we're asking jungle plants to live in a very unpredictable and often unfavorable environment. So yeah, that's my ramblings on that. All right, I'm gonna go do fucking dishes now. This is not the final resting place for this beautiful, beautiful artwork, but I just finally got this framed. How gorgeous is that? I'll put a link to her shop down below. Boop number 2, getting ready to hang. Go, buddy, go. Hello, it is Happy Monarch birthday. This is my first monarch I've ever raised. He's a boy. Hey. Got himself a little stuck. So it's days later. It might have even been a week. I don't know. The point is, I gotta get used to this vlogging stuff. Today, it's Wednesday, which means it is just my son and I home. So if you hear someone yelling, that's him playing video games. He swears he's having fun. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of baking. We have some apples from the orchard a few towns over that I need to put into a pot, that I need to put into a pie or something. So I'm gonna start working on that today, which means I'm going to make a crust, refrigerate that for a little while, and then I'll make the pie a little later tonight. I have to feed my sourdough starter. This is Bridget Bardot. I have been feeding her off and on, not well nor consistently, the entire pandemic. So I've been trying to recharge her for the last few days after letting her die a little bit. Sir. So I'm trying to get that going so that I can make myself some bread, because I keep buying bread that, despite the fact that it even comes out of freezers, it's still moldy. So I'm gonna start making my own bread, and then that should intrinsically lower the amount of bread that I consume, because I will have to make it. So this is a double win for me here. Can I help you? So anyway, I felt really terrible today. Not sure. I think I didn't take my allergy medication last night. Anyway, I get headaches that make me want to throw up and die. So I woke up with that feeling that I was going to get one of those. It's like that pre-headache weird vision thing. So I took some Excedrin and I drank some coffee. And sir, you're on the counter. Anyway, so I got some medicine and some rest in time to stave it off, but I still feel a little off. So drinking some tea, and I'm gonna try to get through making this pie. And I'm gonna have to give you away, sir. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Oh, okay. So, so the plan today is to do some baking, and then I'm going to continue working on what will eventually be my plant room and studio. You guys will have seen the mess. You guys will have seen the mess earlier, so I'm just continuing my process of cleaning. Yesterday I spent a lot of time, which I did not film because it was kind of boring, just scrubbing out pots. I had probably about 50 various size containers full of dirt in my other room, and I'm just trying to get, you know, all the filth from the summer out of my house. So I'm going to finish cleaning that room today. That's my goal. We'll see how my head feels, and we'll see how much this pie takes out of me. Yeah, now I need to go roller the cat fur off my apron so that it doesn't get in my pie. And we'll meet back here in a bit.
Oh, you're a good boy. You're such a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes.
So I wanted to quickly show you guys a little package I got. This is from Fruition Seeds, and this is where I got my seed garlic from last year. And this is the variety that I grew this past season. Went super well, so I figured I'd grab some more, and that's what they look like when you get them. And then I also grabbed some German white, which is another hard neck garlic like the Musica. And then I grabbed a soft neck garlic, which doesn't put out scapes, but is supposed to keep a little longer. So that's what that one is right there. So you guys will see me put those in the ground very soon in the next vlog, because it's just about that time already, which I cannot believe. We're on Monarch watch. It's almost done. So you guys will have seen at some point in this vlog me releasing the first of the 2 monarchs that I raised in my apartment this season. I'm really excited because today it's going to emerge today from its chrysalis, and my niece and nephew are going to be here in a little while. Feeling very lucky that it happened today, because this one's actually coming out on the later end of the 11 to 14 days that you'll have it in a chrysalis. This one's definitely on like day 13, and my other one came out around day 11. So I'm very excited that this one waited, because now the kids will get to see it. Zipper, little dude. I gotta move the zipper. Get away from the zipper. Don't want to hurt your little foot. There we go.